I actually did a little hair and body product
Okay.
called Exotics.
Yep.
And I would go to these hair shows. Like I bought all.
So I used to have that email. I always, when we first met, I always went, I'm like, yo, why has he got this email address? It was like Dom's Exotics. Yeah, it was like, what the hell's going on?
This is funny that we're even talking about this.
Yeah.
This is hilarious, actually. Yeah. All right. So I used to go to like hair shows.
Yep.
In like Bronner Brothers in Atlanta, like these massive hair shows, dude.
Okay.
And I'd set up a booth with the owner of Exotics is Diddy's barber.
Okay.
Okay. So like I would travel around with him,
do
these hair shows, sell this product. Like we didn't sell shit.
Okay? Yeah.
So like but I had a box. You know what I mean? I had a box full of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's so funny looking back at that now. Like I was literally going into salons, barbershops, things like that.
Yeah.
And selling. And I didn't even know anything about sales.
Yeah. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of True Talk. Special guest in the house today, my man Domonique Rodgers. How we doing, bro?
Man, I'm blessed, dude. I cannot be doing any better.
I appreciate you coming up here, dude.
Thanks for having me,
Get
dude.
the applause in there, Naomi, for Dom, my man. Dude, I have to look back and see who is our who's been on more episodes than anyone else. I think Brian Mendenhall is in the lead, but you might be edging him, dude. You might be getting up there, though. So anyway, but
we got time on our side.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. So True Talk. We've known each other for a long time. You've been through a lot here and prior to joining us, right? Now, sports has always been a big deal for you, right? Funny thing, you told me this about a year ago that you're right-handed, but was it your grandmother that made you?
Yeah, my great-grandmother.
Great-grandmother, okay.
Yeah, my great-grandmother. She used to make me swing left-handed.
Yeah. At what age did that start?
As early as I can remember.
Yeah.
Like I don't even remember swinging the bat right-handed.
And so you've always batted lefty.
Yeah.
And you throw with your right?
Throw with my right hand.
Wow.
And then I golf right-handed.
Really?
Yeah. I can't swing a golf club left-handed.
Now, why did she? Where did she get that from? Why did she?
She loved baseball.
Yeah.
And I think she knew that hitting on the left side just gives you an advantage.
Yeah.
You know, so like my great-grandmother loved baseball. I don't even know where it came from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, but I remember being out in the desert with her and just hitting off the tee.
Yeah.
I'd hit the ball, go get it, bring it back, and all she would do, like it would be like she was playing with me.
Yeah.
But I was playing with myself.
Right.
And she was just sitting there going, "Hey, batta 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 batta, hey, batta batta swing." That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. That's my earliest memories of baseball.
Yeah.
And her, just putting the bat on that side.
Yeah.
Because I remember I'd pick it up like this, and she like, switch your hands.
Yeah.
Go to the other side. And then that's how I started hitting.
And how old were you? 4 or 5 years old?
Three.
Okay.
4,
So you weren't even old enough for it to feel unnatural.
No.
Because you've never swung.
No.
Yeah. But it's so crazy to think about. She knew that would be an advantage, right? Because I don't know what the percentage is, but I mean, dude, if a team – now I'm watching my kids play. Like my daughter plays softball. Dude, if a team has one left-handed batter, it's a lot.
Correct.
You don't see them often. To the point where even the parents are like, why they line up on, like, it's actually like they don't know what to do. Like my wife, she likes baseball, but she ain't watched it like me. So I remember the first time we saw left-handed batters, she's like, there's a lefty on that? They're like shocked, because you don't see it a lot. So it's an advantage, right?
It is.
You see the pitch differently from a right-handed batter.
Yeah, because a lot of the pitchers, most pitchers are right-handed.
Right.
So you're going to see the ball. You'll be able to see the ball longer.
Yeah.
You're closer to first base.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's just a lot of advantages. Most likely you're gonna pull the ball a lot.
Yeah.
So when you hit the ball to the right side, that allows the runners to get over.
Right.
Right-handed batters, if they hit it to the shortstop all the damn time, that's a double play.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
But if a left-hander could pull it to the right-hand side, now that's a lot easier for the runner to get from first to third. So there's all those different little advantages.
Yeah.
That it sucks for if you're right-handed, you got to be a little bit better. I knew like if I was a right-handed hitter, there's no shot I'm at NC State.
Really?
There's no shot, dude. I wasn't that good.
Yeah.
I was a decent left-handed.
So that advantage carried from.
It carried from but my great-grandmother. She set me up.
Wow. That's awesome, dude.
100%.
Now, what was it like playing as a kid? You played all the time, right?
All the time.
Yeah.
Baseball, all the time.
Yeah.
And then I started skateboarding.
When did you start that?
12.
12.
Yeah.
You know, I was shocked when you told me you skateboard. Right?
Everybody is.
Why? I mean, it's true talk. We can be real, right? Like, it's like okay, we'll use numbers. We just said
we just said lefty. We're talking about lefties, right?
Yes, like
yes.
maybe 5% of batters are lefty, right?
Yep.
What percentage of skateboarders are not white?
Correct.
Especially back in the 90s.
Correct. Okay,
right?
like it's changed a lot.
How the hell did you get into skateboarding?
Dude, this is an interesting story. I was gifted a skateboard.
Yeah.
I was walking home from school with my buddy Jordan Bacco.
Okay.
Right? It used to be. Like, if you're watching this, Jordan, you probably aren't.
Right, yeah.
But Jordan Bacco.
No, you are. What's up, Jordan?
You're definitely watching this. So we were walking home from school, and he lived like near the school.
Okay.
Like, like probably 10-minute walk to his house, 7-minute walk to his house.
Yeah.
My house, probably where your house was when you walked to school, was like 20 minutes from the school.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
So I always had to walk hella far after he dropped. Like,
we didn't have them bus stops like now. We ever get stuck behind a bus, like running appointments, and they stop at this house, they stop at the neighbor's house, they stop in between houses. Bro, our bus stop, like I was better off walking to school.
100%. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is gonna take me forever. Let's just walk to school.
Right.
So I do the 20-minute walk versus the 30-minute bus ride or 40-minute bus ride. So we're walking home. We're 6th grade. Okay. Yeah. So walking home, go to his house. We'd always stop at his house a little bit because he had like snacks and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have Cheez-Its at my house. You kidding me? Like, come on, man. I had Oreos. Like we had. So I'd go over there and get my Capri Suns, all that type of stuff. Go over there and chill. And he had a skateboard. Like he would skateboard. He had one at when I first started walking home with him.
Yeah.
Then he got a new skateboard. And then one time I went to his house and he goes, "Dom, you want a skateboard?" I was like, "Yeah, I want a skateboard." So I was like thinking like I'm just gonna try the skateboard. We're gonna do the skateboard. It's like cool. He goes, "No, you can have it." I go, "Oh shoot."
Right.
Like I can have it? He goes, "Yeah, man, it's all yours."
Wow.
Dude, that was the coolest thing that to that point. None of my friends.
This is 6th grade, you said?
6th grade.
Yeah.
None of my friends did nothing like that. Like,
right.
And I was like, oh shoot, I guess I gotta learn.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that make sense? Like I had the Ninja Turtle back in the day when we were on the knee. You know what I'm saying? I did that one, but I didn't know how to do it. And I remember I had a Bart Simpson, one of those skateboards. You probably had one too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a gift, and the power of a gift. The power of a gift. My grandma gifted me a trombone.
Yeah.
5th grade.
Okay.
You know, like when you start playing your instruments.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, you can go rent the instrument.
Yeah.
Or you can go buy the instrument.
Yeah.
Right. Like 99% of people
I didn't get to do
rent the instrument.
Yeah.
Okay. My grandma said, we're gonna buy the instrument.
Yeah.
My grandma bought me a trombone.
Wow.
I had no choice but to learn how to play that day. Does that make sense?
You still play it?
Yeah, I could read music. I'd probably have to warm up.
All right,
but like,
next time, Naomi, next time
bring the
Dom
trombone?
comes up, we're gonna have a trombone for him. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna
I'm
have
with
to see
it.
this.
I'm with it, dude. There's 7 positions. Like I got this. All right. So the gift, the power of a gift, though. She gave me that.
Yeah.
And I was like, by default. So I ended up doing band all the way through high school.
Yeah.
You're like, Dom, yeah, I was in the band, dude. And I got out of jazz band because I played football.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do no marching band or nothing.
Same reason
like
why my son quit the drums. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't want to do that. I was
Yeah.
like, I didn't want to do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But he gave me the skateboard, and then I just said, you know what? I'm gonna learn it.
Yeah.
And then started getting good at it. And then I remember Tony Hawk Pro Skater came out.
Yep.
And there was Kareem
Well, you
Campbell.
saw the skateboard in my office.
Yeah, yeah.
It ain't got no wheels on
yes,
it.
yeah. Kareem Campbell was
Yep.
on there. And then that was just like my idol. And then Stevie Williams, like all these like the skateboarders from back in the day. There was only a few, but now, dude, you look at the X Games.
Oh, it's so diverse
like,
now.
Dude, it's beautiful.
Yep, it is.
I was the only. I had my friends to this day. Okay. I remember in the 7th grade, 8th grade, first day of school, right? You remember your first day of school kicks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First day of school, I got these DCs.
Okay.
All right, I had these new DCs, fresh, Danny Ways, bro. I was so juiced.
Yeah.
My boys that came over, they go, Dom, what are those? You know, like the what are those before what are those, dude? Like, and I go, oh, these are DCs, dude.
Yeah.
Skate. He goes, all right, like I know you
Like, why
skateboard
you
and
wearing
stuff,
them,
but why
right?
you wearing those, right? Like you're not skateboarding though right now. I was
Yeah.
like, I know, dude, but but it's crazy, just being open to like stand out. Like it was okay for me, dude. I was never like, dude, I was my band crew was completely different than my football crew.
Absolutely.
Which was completely
even
different.
baseball, I mean, when you
Yes.
played as a young kid, what was the team mostly white? Was it mixed?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was like baseball.
Yeah.
I was always the only black kid.
Yeah.
Basketball, there was one or two white kids.
Right, right, yeah.
Like, so it was like my basketball team was a completely different crew than my baseball crew. Football and baseball, they kind of merge a little bit.
Yes.
Does that make sense? They're kind of the same person plays those, so you get a good mix. But it was my basketball buddies that was clowning on my DCs.
I bet, yeah. Yeah, they're like, where are your Nikes? Where
Where
are
your Jordans at? Like, I still got them.
Yep.
Just like, this is, I wear them tomorrow. But today, we were in the DCs.
So did your mom, like, because you did a lot of things that were not typical for, like you said, play baseball.
Correct.
Most baseball team, white.
Yeah, the city I grew up in was very, predominantly white.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was a little bit farther outside of the Bay Area.
And it's true talk, so we could be truthful. And I know you shared this with me a while ago. There was a team, was an all-star team?
Yeah, I was 12.
Yeah.
I was 12 years old, man.
So around that same 12, what are you, sixth grade, seventh grade?
Sixth grade,
yeah.
Dude.
So kind of around while this is all going on, you're getting a skateboard from your man.
I'm getting in the skate. Yeah, I'm getting in.
You're getting the trombone,
yes.
and then you're playing baseball.
Yes.
And then there was an all-star team, right?
Yeah.
And what happened?
Dude, our team, I was on the Mariners. Our team came in first place.
Okay.
But we didn't win the championship, right? But we came in regular season first place.
Yeah.
Like that matters at all. But, I still got to let them know.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, when I talk about my Suns last year, bro, they won the division. They didn't do anything in the playoffs, but, they won that division.
They won the division.
Yeah.
So the closing ceremonies is where they name the all-star team.
Okay.
Right? You go to closing ceremonies. They give you your awards and go, hey, here's the 12-year-old all-star team. And there was one person from our team selected on the all-star team. And there definitely should have been probably 4, but definitely 2 from our team.
Yeah.
All right, the other 2, they were better than some other guys, but, like, we definitely, me, myself, and this other guy, definitely should have been on.
So you're one of the best kids on the team.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and
listen, we're not, like, Dom did play college baseball, got recruited to play in Miami,
it's like,
signed the whole deal.
I didn't just get good at, 16, 17.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, there's not very many baseball players develop into it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Like, you get better, but you typically were that guy always.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
At some capacity.
Right.
And closing ceremonies, dude, they don't name me, and immediately I just break down. I just start crying, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking anything other than, damn, am I not good enough?
Right.
Am I not good enough? Damn, like, shit.
It makes you question.
Do you know
yourself,
what I mean? Like, maybe I'm not good enough.
Right.
And then I remember on the way home, my mom, she was angry. Like, she was there and very angry, and I was like, what's going on? And I didn't really understand what was going on. And she goes, this is, BS. This shouldn't be happening. There's no way. You know what I mean? This is racist.
Yeah.
Makes sense? This is racist. They're discriminating against you. I didn't know really what those words meant at that time. Does that make sense?
Right.
I didn't really understand it because all my friends, like, dude, I was like, what do you mean? I have all these friends. We're all good. My friends want me on the team.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So you were almost
but I didn't really have
naive
this.
to the
I really
idea
didn't understand,
of,
like, why would they do that?
Right.
Like, these are my teammates. These are my friends. Like, why wouldn't they want me on the team with them?
Yeah.
And my mom reached out initially to the president of the league.
Yeah.
Didn't get a response.
Okay.
And then wrote the paper.
Yeah.
And then she went to the paper and didn't get a response there. But it was in the paper. The paper didn't reject her. They put it out.
Oh, they did put it out.
They put it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put it out. But didn't get anything back. We just wanted a response from the league.
Yeah.
Never got anything back. And then a good friend of mine, family friend, rest in peace, Karen, she reached out. She was a family friend, did not look like us, white woman.
Yeah.
Okay. And was very, very upset at what happened, but also just upset and a lack of response from them.
Right.
So she gets on in the paper, and she tells her side of it. Well, magically, we get a response.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, we get a response now.
Yeah.
All right, this is a good Karen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was like two better names. Karen,
it's like,
right?
damn, like, we got good
Yeah.
Karen, we got crazy Karen. But we get a response, and the response was it was nothing, but it was just to be acknowledged.
Right.
But from there on out, dude, it's the same coaches, same parents. Dude, we're 12. We got 6 more years to be playing with these guys.
Right.
Well, never missed a team after that.
Yeah, I bet.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
And it wasn't because, I think, but it was cool to see somebody else step up.
Yes.
My mom stepped up and was just like, well, tried. Makes sense? and you don't want a black woman to double down. Now she's crazy.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense? Yep. Like, just be real. Like, you got it. Like, so she tried once and was like, oh shoot, I don't want to ostracize my son in this freaking town. Yeah. Makes sense?
Yeah.
And then Karen steps up and changes the trajectory of my athletic career, specifically in baseball, in that little city.
It was crazy hearing your story and think about what you do now. I mean, what you do is you help people. Yeah. Right. Like, we sell life insurance here. I get that, but at the end of the day, we're helping. We're helping clients with life insurance. We're helping agents better their situations. Yeah. And there's these key moments in your life where you had people outside of you, even outside of your family at times, help you, and they were so. And you could say they were maybe a small act, right? Like, it wasn't. I mean, she didn't go. I don't know, she didn't charge the capital, or like she did do something. Not minimizing it, but these little acts of kindness or whatnot. These small, like your friend giving you the skateboard. Yes. Or even your grandmother giving you the advantage of all these little things add up, and it's just like it comes full circle, right? We had, and what's crazy is, these issues that we're talking about, they don't stop there, right? Like, I'm sure you've had to deal with that in your career at times. And one of the things that I love about at least our company, when I met Sean, we did not discriminate. Right. Now, did we discriminate? We discriminated for certain things. Work ethic, attitude. That was it. We didn't care if you were old, young, black, Hispanic, male, female, whatever you identify. It didn't matter. Right. As long as you were willing to work, willing to get better. And I think that was also, look at the way that our company looks compared to most of the industry. Oh, yeah. We're much more diverse.
We're the only one.
Yeah.
We're the only one.
Absolutely.
Everybody else that has IMO before their name, they have a look.
Absolutely.
They have a look. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
We don't have one.
And we don't.
Like, we don't have one.
Not at all. And now, so, you went through, there's other podcasts we've done with Dom. We talk about, you had cancer in college, went through that. You ended up playing baseball again. And then let's kind of fast forward to when you found insurance, right? So what were you doing for work at the time, or were you working?
No, nothing, dude.
Fresh out of college.
Fresh out of college.
You were living with Marcus, right?
Yeah, me and Marcus were living together.
Yeah.
And I actually did a little hair and body product.
Okay.
Called Exotics.
Yep.
And I would go to these hair shows. Like, I bought all.
That's why I used to have that email. I always, when we first met, I always went, like, why has he got this email address? It was like Dom's Exotics. Yeah, it was like, what the hell's going on?
This is funny that we're even talking about this. Yeah. this is hilarious, actually. Yeah. All right. So I used to go to, like, hair shows.
Yeah.
In like Bronner Brothers in Atlanta, like these massive hair shows, dude. Okay. And I'd set up a booth with the owner of Exotics is Diddy's barber.
Okay.
Okay. So, like, I would travel around with him, do these hair shows, sell this product. Like, we didn't sell shit. Okay? Yeah. So, like, but I had a box. You know what I mean? I had a box full of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's so funny looking back at that now. Like, I was literally going into salons, barbershops, things like that.
Yeah.
And selling, and I didn't even know anything about sales.
Yeah.
At all.
So what were you doing? Just doing whatever the guy told you to say?
Yeah, he didn't even tell me what to say. He educated me on what the product does.
Yeah.
I liked it. I used it.
Yeah.
So I just started going out and going, hey.
Just talking about, hey, it does this. Answering the questions.
Like, it was the craziest thing. Now I look back and go, like, how did I do that?
Yeah.
No, which is probably why I didn't sell a ton, but I was doing it.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing, dude. And then that was doing nothing. Then Marcus met Sean.
Yeah.
And then he told me
about Craigslist ad, right?
Craigslist, yeah.
That's the thing, like, what's the key? What's the best way? There's no best way. There's no, you just recruit. I don't know. I bump into you in a grocery store. I recruit you. I've put an ad on Craigslist. I put an ad here. Just do something, right? So we ran Craigslist ads back in the day that said athletic and military experience required.
Yep.
What else did it say? That's all it said.
That's all it said. Send your resume.
Like, no, that's all it said.
Legit, that's all it said.
Yep. It didn't promise no money. It was Craigslist. Send your resume. So Marcus is like, Marcus played baseball, right? He was signed at this time.
Signed, yeah. He's playing with the Nationals.
Yep. So he's like, well, hey, let me check it out.
Yeah, he's doing the off-season, needed some off-season work.
Yeah. So, Dom, you weren't even looking.
No.
So, Marcus, I guess at what point were you introduced to Sean?
I was introduced to Sean the day after Marcus met him.
Okay.
He goes to a meeting in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Which is probably an hour or two from where he lived in D.C.
Okay.
And so he went to the meeting in Philly. The next day, Sean calls me.
Yeah.
The next morning. probably like 8 a.m. in the morning. Gives me a call. Yo, Dom, yeah. Because Marcus told me, hey, this guy's going to call you. I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know Marcus was looking for a job.
Yeah.
I thought Marcus was hooking me up with somebody I can play baseball again.
Oh, so he didn't even tell you why it was calling. He just said some dude's going to call you.
No, he just goes, yo, dude, I got this guy who's going to call you about an opportunity.
Yeah.
I was like, well, shit, what other opportunity would be good for me outside of baseball?
Right.
Coming from a baseball guy. Does that make sense? So
you didn't ask no questions.
I didn't ask any questions. I just, like, what the hell would what else would he be talking about? You know? So I take the call. Hey. Yep. And then he goes, yeah, so you play baseball with Marcus? Yeah. Who's better? Marcus is playing professional baseball. I'm his roommate on the couch. He goes, great answer. I was like, but I work hard. Yeah. Makes sense? I was like, but I work hard, but like he's definitely better than me.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And then we just started talking about baseball and kind of, you know, what he's looking for, why athletes make this thing work, and you know, kind of what he wants to do to help us. But I had no inkling that it was sales, insurance, or anything before I got on the phone.
Really?
You know?
What did you think after talking to him?
I was like, this guy's crazy. I was like, this guy's different.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't know he was white.
Yeah.
At all. Like,
really?
Like it was the craziest thing ever. Because it wasn't like the internet. Like we didn't have the internet like that. I was like, I couldn't just go Sean Mike and something would come up. It wasn't like that.
And at that point, they wouldn't find
nothing about him anyways. Like, I wouldn't even know how to spell it.
There was like 12 agents in the office.
I would have to ask him, how do you spell your name in order to search it? Like I would have never found it.
Right.
So, I didn't know anything. So I just, but Marcus was excited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Marcus was excited. Then after I talked to him, I talked to Marcus.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, who's this dude, right? He goes, yeah, he called you? I was like, yeah. I go, dude, who is that? He goes, dude, this cool-ass white dude, man, from Connecticut. You know what I mean? That's exactly, you know Marcus. You know Marcus.
Yes.
Marcus, man, this cool.
Marcus was smooth,
Yeah,
dude.
Marcus smooth as shit, okay?
Yeah.
Marcus, cool-ass white dude from Connecticut, man. Like, I told you, man, he cool. Like, I was like, yeah, he is. He goes, he gonna shoot you straight. He gonna shoot you straight, Don. But one thing about Marcus knew that I needed something. Marcus ain't here today.
Right.
Marcus, he probably gonna come back. I mean, he done this thing 3 times.
Yep.
I love him to death, right? But he knew I needed something. He knew in my life what was going on in my life, that I was making some bad decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was trying to get ahead, and ended up getting behind.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And realizing Marcus knew that, dude, you're better than that. Even though I don't think he really ever thought he was going to kill this business, Mike.
No, I think he was. Even when I met him, he was so focused on baseball.
Yeah,
I don't. An afterthought.
And I love him for it. And if he's watching this, man, I honestly think he did this for me.
Yeah,
I really do. I think that he had his ticket in baseball. He knew his family structure solid.
Yep.
Makes sense. And I don't hate him for it. Like his parents could bail him out of stuff and things like, and he knew I didn't have that.
Right.
And I respected the shit out of his family and his mom and dad. Yeah. And I used to go up there for Thanksgiving. It was the coolest thing. He was like Family Matters for me.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Cool.
I grew up in like Menace to Society.
Yep.
He grew up in Family Matters.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Like, and it does exist.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh my God, there's a mom and dad in there together. Oh my goodness. And he doesn't do coke. Oh,
yeah.
All right. This is amazing. Like it was very like it gave me hope.
Yeah.
It let me know that like, dude, like doesn't have to be the way you thought it was. And so he did this.
It goes to show you a few things though. Like Marcus could have easily not put you on a list, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I think sometimes we qualify too much. Like, you know, we say, hey, give me a list of people you know. We'll call them and see if they want to do this. And people make up their own mind. Like, no, I'm not going to. Tom has a good job. He's not going to want to do this. And this dude, he's in a mess. His situation. And Marcus didn't do that. He was just like, dude, here, call these people. You just never know, dude. Right. You never know. Don't disqualify. Ask, and it's kind of like if this opportunity is great, if you believe it's great for you, why wouldn't you share it with everyone?
Right.
Right. If you know that, hey, I've had this result because of this, why would you discount anyone? Let them decide.
Right.
And thank God Marcus didn't look at you and go, hey, he's involved in this, or whatever. No, he's doing the exotics. He don't want to do this. People would do that, right? Oh, no, Don's busy doing this shows and hair stuff. He ain't gonna want to do this.
He ain't want to do this.
No, you just never know.
He knew that. Yeah, it was a trip actually. Just how everything worked out with him, and he never hated.
No,
makes sense.
Nope.
Like ever.
And like you said, he's come back a couple times.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's like it's so weird. Every time I see him, it's like he was never gone.
No.
It's just like you pick up right where you left off.
No, dude, we'll pick up. Maybe he'll come back again. I'm sure it's about time.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It's about time.
That's true, Marcus. We ain't seen in a couple of years, bro. Let's go.
Man,
let's give it another run.
Let's give it another run, dude.
Yeah.
But he knew it. He knew that this was something great.
Yeah.
He knew he believed in Sean, and I love that you can be around people that can know that it may not be for them, but still want it for you.
Absolutely.
Those are the greatest people to be around.
Yep.
And at the beginning, I know that because, dude, I was leveling up with him.
Right.
I was like, he was.
Oh yeah, you outsold him.
Yeah, dude,
on.
he was. Yeah, but like he was kind of chilling, and the
Yep.
next thing you know, I start creeping up, and I got to a point that he was just like, yo, like, hey, I don't know if I like should like just keep getting raises just because you're.
Mm.
And then he goes, so what do you think about like, I don't know, I'll stay where I am, and you can, like, you know, go direct to Sean.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I would have been totally fine with him making money off of me forever.
Right.
I'm not that guy who counts other people. I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Exactly,
dude.
dude.
Like,
No.
it doesn't. That never crossed my
They
mind.
tell you a math test. Keep your eyes on your own paper, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Never, ever, ever crossed my mind. But that's just the type of guy he was.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, I don't want to hold you back.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
awesome.
And just like it was great.
So
and then when he got negative in the business, you know what
Yeah.
he did? He removed himself.
Yeah.
Like he removed himself.
Yep. That's true.
You know what I
Marcus
mean?
was never a problem, dude. Never.
He got negative. He removed himself. He did not go, hey, I'm gonna just bring Dom down with me.
Yep.
Makes sense, and I love him for it because
Yeah.
that's my boy. You best believe I would have listened to him.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense? Remember, like I was making more, I was selling more and doing, but I looked up to him.
Right.
Makes sense. Like when the rent was short, he picked it up.
Yeah.
Makes sense. When we were going halves on stuff, it wasn't half.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Makes sense. Like
Yep.
that was my dude. You
Yeah.
know. So just
So that was your, I guess, beginning into this business, right?
Yeah.
You were in North Carolina.
Yep.
And you sold in plenty of different spots,
Man,
right?
yeah,
North
all
Carolina,
over.
Connecticut,
Yeah.
California. I mean, you've
Yeah.
done road trips and stuff. And I guess was there this idea that every place is equal? No, it's not.
Yeah.
There's definitely places where, like,
There's
even when I was
there's
running
differences.
in just Connecticut, dude, there's like 8 counties in Connecticut. There's counties where I was like, I want to go to this one, right? Now, I could sell here, sure, but I know that I'm a vibe better with these people.
Right.
Like I had the opposite. I would go to appointments, Dom. I'd walk in and they would go. First thing they would say is, "We thought you were black on the phone." And I would just say something stupid like, "I thought y'all were white on the phone."
Right.
Like, and they would just laugh like,
no, you didn't.
Yeah, like I don't know what to say, bro. Like anyway, so you fill out this form, right?
Right.
Like, and I'm like, hey, listen, I didn't grow up around a lot of white people, so that's probably why I sound like that on the phone. So anyways, like you fill this out. But now you've been all over. Where would you say was the most challenging place to sell?
The Northeast
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. Why is
Because
that?
I think it's because I didn't learn in the Northeast.
Okay.
I learned in the South.
Yeah.
I learned where sweet tea and you walk in skinny and they want to feed you. Make sense?
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? That's who I was used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to learn things in different, but when I came into the Northeast, y'all don't play.
No, we're different.
Everybody's
up
in a
here,
hurry to do nothing.
Yes.
Does that make sense? And and they're a little witty too.
And everyone's annoyed at everything.
Correct. But they're not even angry.
No,
Does that make
just
sense?
annoyed.
It's just the tone. It's
Yeah.
just the tone. It's
Yeah.
just but I didn't get, I was like, oh wow.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So I had to learn that, man.
Yeah.
I remember I moved up here, I had the same lead flow and everything, and
Yeah.
did like half of the production, and I was like, the way my bank account is set up, I don't know if this is gonna work.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, Sean, why didn't you tell me this?
Yeah.
Like, he goes, dude, if I would have told you, you would have never came.
Exactly,
Right? And I was
yeah,
like straight up. Like
yeah.
I was like, dude, why didn't you tell me
Those
this?
people
Like,
at the old company used to say
dude,
you can't sell in the Northeast.
dude, it was unbelievable. I was like, where are the black people at?
Yeah.
He goes, dude, if I would have told you that, you would have never came.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, you're right, but I'm here now. He goes, yeah, you're here now.
Yeah.
And you're gonna learn. And I learned, dude.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. And it wasn't, I don't want people to hear that like black people sell to black people or white people sell to white
No.
people. It is, you need to learn how to be a chameleon. You have got to, that's the best thing he could have done for me.
Yeah.
Because if I would have stayed down there in North Carolina with my people,
Yeah.
okay, I would have never been able to scale it.
Right.
I would have never been able to like relate to different. I love it though.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very challenging experience. But when I started to really realize that like you can be bold,
Yep.
the Northeast taught me to be bold. Taught me to, you didn't have to massage it. You didn't
No.
have to, you can be direct and still have people love you.
Because those same people that have that, it's almost like just a natural disdain, you know, and they're like, they also have thick skin though.
Correct.
You know, they're also a little hardened.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Especially the older clients, dude. I mean, final expense up here is a lot different now.
I know. And there's gates everywhere. Y'all got buzzers.
Yeah.
Right.
So you ran the county. This is the other thing too. Like the way we did it back in the day was if whoever sold more got the better counties, if you will, right? Like Hartford County, much more diverse than Litchfield, Fairfield.
Yeah, I was not there.
Rest assured, Dom came up, bro. Right. Me and Sean had Hartford, New Haven. We had the counties we liked, but you were coming in, bro.
I was out in Worcester.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, I'm with the Worcester Center.
Worcester,
They're like,
you ain't from here.
I'm like, nah, definitely not.
Nope.
It's Worcester.
Yeah.
All right. I was in Suffolk. I like Suffolk. I like Boston. Like that's where I found my little honey hole, dude. Suffolk. Oh, I love it out there.
Yeah.
Murderpan.
Yep.
Oh, man, I used to love it.
Yeah.
Out there, dude.
But you had to earn it, right? Like, and then after you started selling a bunch, then you started getting leads closer in these same areas. But no different than me. Like when I started, I was in Fairfield County, dude. Yeah. Affluent area, not people. Bro, we didn't have money growing up. I didn't know how. I didn't know how to hit the buzzer.
If you had grass when I pulled up to your house, I was intimidated.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh, they have grass. Oh my God, that
green grass, cut at the perfect height.
Oh my God, they water their sprinklers work. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
makes sense. Like I grew up, sprinklers didn't work, doorbell never worked. Anything that should have worked didn't work.
Yeah,
I just got so used to that.
That's why I never rang the doorbell. Even before Sean said the knock, I'm like, dude, I never had a doorbell that worked.
My doorbell never wored.
Yeah, none of my friends' doorbell, unless they had like the two wires, like Red Man on cribs, and you got to rub them together. But I just knock because I'm like, I'm not used. Even now, sometimes I go to people I know.
They got rings there. They got the ring thing now. I was like, I don't even feel comfortable.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not sure if their doorbell works. You know, like why wouldn't it, dude? Just because everyone around you growing up, it doesn't mean that their doorbell's not going to work. But yeah, you had to learn. Like, I mean, because you're not. I don't care where you are in the country. You're not always going to sell the same people. Nope. Even in these counties, you know, we're joking about like Hartford, New Haven. There's still areas you go to, still clients you go to that you walk up and they look at you like, why is he on my porch?
Dude, I remember I was in Durham, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Very, very African American. Like they got an HBCU. It's very, you know what I mean? It's a very diverse place. But there was a zip code there.
Yeah.
And I remember I reached out to Sean and I was like, yo, this 27702. I can't get leads there.
And
then that was the first time he was like, I got you. I was like, oh, you know what I mean? I was like, I ain't trying to be like that.
Right.
I was like, I just know that like it probably every time a 27702 comes in, this not gonna work out for me.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And you just shut that down. You know what I mean? But you just gotta, but that's the beauty of being independent and being independent sales. Right. It's like we choose.
Yep.
Like we choose what we do. We choose where you run. If you're like, oh, I'm in the virtual world now. Oh my goodness. Why would you not find, you're like, well, I'm this type of person. Okay, well, probably find like areas and things that are like kind of like you.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Like if I'm doing virtual, it'd probably be cool if I did North Carolina. If I places that I can relate to. Absolutely. Oh yeah, I went to NC State. You know what I mean? Or I should get leads. Maybe I get leads in Sacramento, right? It's 9 hours from me. I can't run in person there.
Right.
But maybe I should get leads there because now I can relate to them.
Yeah.
About those things. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's like, don't pretend it's not a thing.
Correct.
It's like, you know, we kind of approach this with our eyes closed and just go, I'm not having success because of the leads. No. Where are you getting the leads? Right. And then also, how are you reacting to them?
Correct.
Are you talking to them the same? You also, different people you got to talk to differently.
You got to be different.
Because as much as I'm joking about these affluent areas, rest assured I learn how to sell there.
Oh, my God. Yes.
But I know that if I'm going down to Fairfield County, I can't walk in and talk the same way I do when I'm walking into a house in Hartford 100%. County or New London County or vice versa.
You seen Sorry to Bother You?
No.
Anybody? No? Okay. So Sorry to Bother You is a movie that this the guy from Get Out.
Yep.
Main character from Get Out is in it.
Okay.
And it's a sales movie.
Yeah.
And it's about matching tone. I think everybody.
Oh, the telemarketers.
Yes.
I've not seen it. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's amazing, dude. It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a classic. Like you'll once you watch it, you'll be like, oh, I'll watch this again.
Yeah.
Makes sense? But it's all about matching tone.
Yeah.
And if we're talking virtual telesales, like you have, I knew my mom owned a salon in Vacaville, California.
Yeah.
Look up the demographics in Vacaville. Okay, Google it.
Yeah.
All right. A black woman doing hair in Vacaville. Okay. She I knew when she was on the phone with a white client. I knew when she was on the phone with a black client. I knew when she was on the phone with somebody bilingual. Even though she didn't speak Spanish, she had a little different little.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
There's something different going on.
Absolutely.
All the time. And I just remember being, me and my sisters would always be like, oh, look at mom talking to a white lady right now.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? She just does it, like she knew how to match who she was talking to.
Yep.
And that's, I grew up around that. So when I got into this, I had to remember that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to remember, oh, okay, this is different. You're around these types of folks. Okay, you could cut up a little bit over there.
Right.
Makes sense. Over here, you probably want to tuck in your shirt.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And over here, you probably want to say yes, sir. Yep. And over here, you probably want to say, you could say bruh. Does that make sense? Like if your language is the same on all, like our scripts are great. Your script is going to work with whoever you're calling.
Right.
Okay.
100%.
But your tonality.
Yes.
Holy smokes. If that's the same, you're going to miss a ton of people.
And that's the stuff. Even like, you're right, the script, what you say, sure. But when you're building rapport, when you're trying to find their why, when you're digging, when you're asking the real questions, you need to meet them where they are tone-wise.
Yes.
100%. I'm not saying try to be something you're not.
Correct.
But just.
I got a funny story with that.
Yeah.
Sean, oh boy. I called him in the home.
Yeah.
Right. I go, hey, Sean, I'm sitting here with Tom and Cindy, and they're looking for some mortgage protection. And he goes, am I on speakerphone? I go, no. He goes, why are you talking like that? I go, what do you mean? He goes, you know what I mean. That is not your voice. That's not how you talk.
Right.
You are a black guy from California. Okay. I'm not saying like you need to be from the hood, but like, what are you doing? Like, don't right. Don't.
It was a little extreme.
They know that's not you.
Absolutely.
So we all come into this business with this perceived. Nobody comes in, yo. I think we come in almost too over the top.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think we come in a little bit, especially if you're not this business type of, like you come in thinking, oh, let me be the insurance guy that I seen in shows, or let me be the sales guy. Let me have that high pitch.
Right.
Like, no, that's not it, dude.
Nope. At the end of the day, you still got to be you.
Got to be you.
And if you're not, people pick up on it. People can tell. I don't care who you are, whether you someone who studied psychology, someone who didn't, whatever. You can tell when you're face to face with someone if that person's full of shit or not.
Yeah.
And when you're, hey, Mr. Like, they know you don't talk like that, dude.
Yes.
Because you ain't, it's going to slip by. It's like, speaking of movies, you ever see a movie where there's someone, from overseas, and they have an American accent, and it's not good?
Yes.
And it slips up throughout the entire movie, and you're just like, this is more distracting than if they would have just used the damn British accent.
They should have just used their regular voice.
Exactly, and just pretended they're from, like, but it's the same thing, right? You're putting on this act, and it's like, dude, just be you.
And that's where a lot of us are, dude. Yeah. We're putting on an act, and we don't even know it.
Right.
And Sean, thank you. And if you're watching and you're the leader, it's risk offending people in order to help them.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, there's many times that Sean has risked offending me in order to help me. And I just had to read it like, dude, you're trying to help me, dude. You're not really.
The thing with that for me is I feel like everyone has this line, right? This line of like, it's too much, right? Like you start saying things that are offensive to me. There's a point where it's like, all right, dude, I've had enough. But we all think that everybody's line is like right here.
Right.
And we think we're pushing, and you're nowhere near.
Nowhere near.
I remember not closing appointments and Sean having these conversations like, "Are you pushing, dude? Are you saying, no, I'm pushing. I don't want to get thrown out. I want to upset the person." He's like, "Dude, you're probably like 5 hours away from being thrown out, bro. Like, push, because all the good stuff happens in here. You're comfortable in here. You don't want to push because you're afraid I'm going to upset Domonique. But dude, his level of too much is way over here. I'm not saying start screaming and pissing people off, but challenging them,
right, pushing
them, having that full conversation of, dude, all right, so when you die and she is on her own, where's she moving with the kids? Right. Can we talk? Can you explain that to me? I don't want to talk about that. Well, that's what we're here to talk about. Continue on. Right. Because a lot of things that you think are going to offend them are probably not, dude. Our clients have been through some stuff.
And they actually they want strong.
They do.
And this is so big, like letting clients know that you're doing your job. Like, you're not going to retire if they get the policy,
right?
But you're also not going to kill yourself if they don't.
Exactly.
Like, and saying that. I remember when I first said that. I remember I used to hear Sean say it. And I used to be like, ooh, like, oh my gosh, that's
sounds crazy,
dude,
right?
Like, honestly, my heart would start.
Yeah, like there's no way you're gonna close that
dude,
appointment.
People
after that.
hear like I remember hearing things and my heart rate speeding up.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Today, my heart rate doesn't speed up.
No.
I'm telling you, if you're watching this right now, it's okay if your heart rate speeds up. That means you're doing something right.
Yep.
Okay? I think it starts speeding up and we go, oh, shit, let me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, no. You're good.
Yep.
You're good. Just keep going. It's going to change. You're going to get
those
comfortable.
butterflies in your stomach.
Yes.
I mean, what happens, Dom, is my ears turn red, right? And then it starts like going from radiating from my ears to the rest of my head. But I'm like, who cares? I'm uncomfortable. I'm growing. But you're right. I remember the first time saying that to them. Like, dude, listen, I don't need your policy. I have 10 more people to see
Knowing you
today.
do, though.
Yeah, knowing I do.
Like, you know what I mean? And that's the
Yeah.
game. I remember Sean used to be like,
Yep.
dude, I know you need it, Dom.
Right.
But people buy from who
They
don't.
can't know you need it.
People buy from indifference.
Yeah.
But it's hard to be indifferent
Right.
when you are broke.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
So I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, but you're right. It's the first, because I always thought it would be. I'd get thrown out if I said something like that. They're never gonna. And dude, once you start doing that, you realize, oh wow, I can help more families if I'm speaking the truth to them. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. I'm not being an ass to them. I'm not trying to offend them. I'm not making fun. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just giving them the truth, and sometimes the truth is a little hard to hear.
Right. I had a lady on the telecell last week. She goes, can you call me back? I'm sick. Mm. And I said, like, how sick? She goes, I'm about to throw up. I was like, okay, I can't get sick over the phone. You got speakerphone? She goes, yeah. I was like, because you know if we hang up, we're never going to connect again. Mm-hmm. She goes, yeah, you're right. Yep. But just being straight up and honest.
Yeah.
Right? Not cowering out, going, you know what? Or thinking, she's sick. Like, you know what's really sick? People dying without insurance.
Absolutely.
I remember when Sean started letting us know, like, I had all these excuses of why I didn't help people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like, dude, really? They didn't get insurance. So the real problem is, like, not that you were going to offend them, not that they didn't have the money. Mm. What is this going to be like when they don't have the insurance? But I never really got there when I was in the home or in the presentation. And that's where you have to get. You have to convince yourself, and that's that, visualizing and
Absolutely.
Putting things in, like you have to put yourself in those situations, because when they come, you got to be ready. Mm-hmm. Makes sense? You got to be ready to go. And people want confidence, dude.
Right.
Like, you don't need to know a lot about insurance.
Nope.
You need to know a lot about our client and what makes them go, yeah, I'm going to do that with you today.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow you. Here's what we're going to do today. Do you know what I mean? And
that's so huge, that whole we're never going to do this again. That's speaking the truth. When I started saying that in appointments, my business changed.
Yes.
I remember, because I get to that point. We've all been there. Yeah, no, I hear you, Dom, but I'm not going to do this today. Like, give me your card, whatever, right? And I remember the first time I did it. I was in a house. It was actually up near the old office, the first office, the Jewett City area. And it was a younger guy. He's in his 30s. I was probably early 30s at the time, about my age. And he, I met with him late. It was like 9 o'clock at night because he got off. One of those, like, I'll meet with you anytime. Well, I don't get home till now. I'll be there at 9:15. All right, cool. So we're meeting in his house. We get through the whole deal. He's like, yeah, it's just, he gave me every valid excuse, Dom.
Right.
I just bought this house, dude. I have a, kid that, it was like co-parenting, they just divorced or whatever. It's like, so I got a lot going on there. I just got a new job. I don't really know what my finances are like right now. And I definitely want to do this. I just can't do this right now.
Right.
It all sounded perfect.
Right.
And I'm just like, I know though. I've been there. You're not going to do this again. So finally, to your point, I was like, hey, so let me just explain something to you. You just fill this form out because this is fresh on your mind, right? Because you just bought this house. I'm here. This is what you're eligible for. I don't even know if you get approved. We got to get you approved. But if I leave right now, no one's coming back in this house and selling you life insurance. I'm not coming back. No one else is coming back because this is going to go off, sit on the back burner. You're never going to think about it again. You know how much it costs. You're just going to procrastinate about it. That's what happens. So just do me a favor. Look me in the eye. Say out loud that you're not going to protect this mortgage. You're not going to protect your family with life insurance. And if you're cool with that, I'll get up and walk out. He stops. He's like, how much is it again? And I'm like, And really the thing was like he didn't want to do the top option. So I'm like, dude, let's do something in the middle. Let's get this in place. You know, first 30 days we can increase, we come back. But you have nothing right now. And I'm risking what? Him getting upset and asking me to leave. But it's hitting your clients with the truth.
Right. You just kind of, you hit on something that was big with the price, okay? Yep. A lot of the times when people are saying they want to think about it or they need some, it's typically it's trust a little, it's trust, but right. A lot of the times, dude, it's the price, okay? And it's not the price that they're going to pick, it's the price that you're going to lead them to.
Right.
Like, I remember when it was like, hey, here are these 3 options. Pick one. Dude, it was like Russian roulette.
Yep.
Does that make sense? Yep. And if you do that and it's worked, thumbs up, dude. There's so many ways to do this,
sure.
Okay? But what I started to do, and from Sean, was just, dude, we give recommendations.
Yep.
Like, I recommend, like, when I go to the doctor, he doesn't go, you want to take one of these 3 prescriptions?
Exactly.
He goes, you take this, and you take this how many times a day at this milligrams, and you get it refilled when it runs out.
Yep.
Seems pretty appropriate, right? Doctor-patient relationship.
Right.
So if we're going through these plans, it's, hey, Mike, man, the one that I recommend for you based on everything you told me today, you're going to need at least about $15,000 to cover what you need to cover. You said your son's out of state. He's going to have to fly in. You want a burial. We know that burial is 10, 12 grand. Your son's going to need another 3 or 4 grand to travel, time off of work. This is what I recommend based on your scenario. It's only $125 a month. Does that fit into your budget? And we read their body language if you're in person, or you hear the silence on the phone. Silence on the phone is not good.
And you can hear in a tone of their voice.
Yes, you can hear it.
Answer.
You all right?
Yep, absolutely.
And then as soon as the $125, that fit based on everything you got. How's that fit? A little silence. Oh, okay, hey, but you know what, dude? 15 bare minimum is you want to cover a burial, right? All right, so bare minimum. Fair to say, Mike, we got to get 10.
Yep.
Like without a shadow of a doubt, right?
Right.
So how about this, Mike? We're going to start at 10. It's only $83. Give it 6 months, 12 months, whatever. We can revisit this, man. You get back up to 15. But you don't want to be caught with your pants down, right?
Right.
All right. $83 sound a lot better than 125?
100%.
All right, let's start there.
Yeah.
Versus waiting for them to tell me what is going to work for them.
Right.
I've seen so many people do that. Now we're on live dials. I see it all the time. I'm like, oh, my goodness.
Like, why are we waiting for them to make the decision?
Like, tell them what to do.
Right.
They're waiting for us to tell them what to do.
And it's like you said this in the past, you got to understand our clients. Our clients are not people that know how to make the life insurance decision themselves.
Correct.
Hence why they're filling out forms for someone like you to call them. Like, well, how do you know about all of our clients? Because they're filling something out.
They drive by a life insurance office.
You can buy life insurance on your own. You don't need an agent.
Long.
I mean, Ethos has a link you can just sign. Like, there's plenty of websites out there where you can just go sign up for a policy.
Even 10 years ago, they could have called a company. And
absolutely. Could have got it over the phone. They could have called. They could have went down there local, whatever. Right. You know, they're like, dude. When I got car insurance done, now. It's been a long time. I'm 37. I was 16 at the time, right? So I didn't have car insurance. I had a license. I had a car. I got my ass in my car. I drove to the car insurance place. I walked in and bought car insurance. So yes, I drove there with no car insurance. I didn't fill out a form. I didn't go online. I didn't call anyone. But that's not our clients. You could do the same. The same place I got my car insurance, I could have got life insurance too. Yeah. But our clients are filling out something because that's not the path that they want to take. We used to say this back in there. Our clients are people that would raise their hand and say, hey, I need some help.
Ooh. And if we don't help them, it's almost like they can go to heaven or hell, wherever they're going, and say, I tried.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does that make sense? Like, I tried.
Yep.
Like, and it's almost okay. Like, at least I tried. I sent that thing back.
Yeah.
I tried.
Absolutely.
You know, and but we got to lead them. I was working with somebody in the past, and they said, Dom, they call these things leads because they need to be led. I said, whoa, that is profound.
That's strong.
I was like,
I like that.
I was like, yeah, I guess so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. That's why they're
100%.
called leads. We have to lead them.
Yep. Yeah. But you are the leader in that appointment. And it's 100%. Like you talk about visualization. You need to see yourself as, because they're looking to you like your doctor. I mean, how many times I've gone to a doctor for things and he goes, hey, if I were you, I would do this. And it's like, that is. It's like not anything profound, but it's like, okay, you're the doctor, and you're saying if you were in my shoes, you do this. I can't tell you how many times I said it to a client. If I were you, I'd grab this one because, like you said, your mortgage is X, but we need to at least get $100,000 because we pay off half the whatever. But I recommending, like you said.
If If I were you, I would do this.
Not going, which one makes sense for you?
Yeah, which one? You know what I mean? Here's the gold plan, the platinum plan.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. But like I said, if it works, it works.
Hey, if
what you're doing is not working,
change it up.
Makes sense.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's a great
change.
point, dude. Well, dude, hey, this has been awesome.
Absolutely,
I appreciate
man.
you coming in.
This is always fun, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, dude. And I think that's a good message to end it on. I mean, this is something that I've heard Sean say a million times. Like, if you're doing something, like, and I even hear him say it when, you know, you get those agents with, do you see what Dom's doing? He goes, is it working? Yeah. So then shut about it because it's working. Right. What are you doing? It's not working. Maybe you should change something. Like, want some business advice? If what you're doing is working, keep doing it. If it's not, change something. Yeah. Like, it's that simple. It's that simple. Yeah. And that's kind of how we've, you know, structured this company from day one. Yeah. We've taken that from a personal standpoint to an agency to a company. Right. If it's working, we keep doing it. If it's not, we do something different.
100%.
That's it. But, yeah, dude, I appreciate this.
Well, it's been fun, dude. Thank you.
Absolutely. Guys, thanks for downloading and watching, and we'll be back here next week on True Talk. We'll see you.